I'm John Martin, Chair of the Simon House Board. Can't read with my sunglasses. Well, COVID has struck for a second time, so welcome to the 2011 virtual Margaritaville. Tonight's program will be hybrid, both live, like now, and recorded. Let me begin by recognizing those who have helped make this a banner production. Rachel Foley and her staff, she's our executive director. The board of directors, several have given what seems like countless hours to put this evening together. And thanks to our production company, Foolproof Creative, I think you will be impressed with what they've put together for this evening. And a very special thanks to our sponsors, our auction donors, and to you who are watching now. This is our primary annual fundraiser. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. You will learn some amazing information about Simon House, and you will also have world-class entertainment. As we put this program together, we realized that 1 hour wouldn't quite be enough. So we'll be together for about an hour and a quarter. Get your favorite drinks and some snacks and settle in for the next 75 minutes. You can communicate with us during the event. Just type your comments in the chat box on the platform you are using to watch us. If time permits, we will share some of these at the end of the evening. It is now my special privilege to introduce our honorary chair. She has been with us on this project from the very beginning as we have planned this evening. Her wisdom, her guidance, especially her patience, are appreciated beyond words. Please meet Virginia Fox.
Thank you for those very kind words, John. And thank you for inviting me. I had no idea what I was getting into when I agreed to do this. It's been a lot of work, but my work has been the least of it. It is the talented staff, the extremely dedicated board, former clients, current clients, who have been such a joy to meet. I have met people I would never have met otherwise. And I have come to respect and like the people that Simon House serves so much. They're invisible. They're invisible partly because Simon House is giving them shelter. But they are the most vulnerable in our community, and Simon House works to give them a hand up so that they come back and become a vital, giving part of this community. And so I think you're going to really enjoy meeting some of them, and you're going to hear their stories. But you know who else really made this evening happen? Our sponsors, our auction donors, all the people that John met. This is really your evening. So please stay with us all evening. Meet the entire panoply of people who care about Frankfort and the surrounding community's most vulnerable and hopeful citizens that we're opening doors for. You are opening those doors. And while you're watching, please hit the donate button. You'll feel so good when you do it. Thanks, John, for inviting me to join this wonderful group.
Thank you, Jenny. You are so special. Enjoy your evening. We're about to embark on a phenomenal cruise.
All right.
Let's do it.
Bon voyage.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Rachel Foley. I'm the Executive Director of the Simon House. What it means to work at the Simon House is that it's just very important to me to help the community be more sustainable, help our very low income clients, help our homeless get off the streets, find housing that they can afford, and not be hunger insecure. We strive to do all of that as much as we can with any person that comes in, no matter where they are in life. It is so important to us to see that people leave Simon House feeling supported, feeling like they have goals, and feeling like they have some love where they might not have it. You have no idea how many people have come into my office crying and upset, for good and for bad. Crying because they are sleeping in their car and they can't afford to feed their kids, or crying because they just got housing and they're just so happy for all the support and help that they've received. So please, when you are considering opening your wallet or opening your checkbook or bidding on some of the awesome items that we have, please keep in mind that you guys are helping people become the best part of themselves. And we want to keep doing that for many years to come. We have amazing projects coming up. We have amazing projects currently in the works to continue to help our clients, to provide emergency shelter for them, to provide food, clothing, whatever they might need. And you guys are a huge part of that. Our donors have no idea what they do. And if you ever want to stop by and talk to me about it, I would be willing to do that and show you around because we do some amazing work. My team is wonderful. We are all very caring. You can come to any one of us and we will sit down and listen to what you have to say. And with that, please enjoy our video, and we hope to be hearing from you soon. And like I said, come by and we'll give you a tour.
It was about in '85, and my granddaughter was 35 days old, and she passed away with SIDS. And I had to get busy, so I started a little shop. And a director to AAA Pregnancy Center kept coming to my shop for baby clothes. And we kept talking, and she told me what she was doing. So we kind of became friends, and we helped each other. And I finally ended up going to her program and working a little bit. And she left me with a weekend of taking calls for her while she was out of town from pregnant girls. And I spent a whole weekend answering phone of pregnant girls that had been kicked out in the street and no place to go. Their mom couldn't have them because of 3 days here and whatever. And I felt so bad, and I really, really prayed about it. And the Mitchell's Clothing couple, the McDonald's that had rented me my little shop, told me they had a house on Home Street. And it had a lot of bedrooms, and they wanted me and my 9 children to move in it. And she said she'd only charge me $300. They wanted me to come out of the country. And I said, well, no, I'm going to hang on until I can. And so when I talked to Mary Artwine, and I did this weekend with these girls, I said, Mary, we got to find something for these girls. I got a plan. And I went and talked to the McDonald's. And I said, if I rent that house to somebody that can make use of it, would you please rent it for $300 a month? And she said, sure. So I went to Mary. She didn't have the money to do this. So I said, we're going to get a plan. I said, we'll get it. The house had been under flood, and it needed a lot of repair, a lot of cleaning, a lot of doing over. So I said, well, I got a plan. I've met a lot of street people down there. There's just nothing to do, and I've talked to them in my shop. I said, let's get them busy and buy them lunch. She said, I haven't got no money to do lunch. I said, well, let's ask them if they want to work, and we'll get them a lunch, picnic lunch. Believe it or not, all the people down on St. Clair that had nothing to do gathered up and met us on this day in that house. And they scrubbed walls, cleaned floors. They worked themselves silly. So then we spread a picnic lunch, ham sandwiches and all kinds of things on the floor, and you would have thought they were at a banquet. They were so proud that they had worked for that. And they just talked about that forever. And then I said, well, okay, there's 52 churches listed in the paper. Let's write them letters. So we wrote them letters, and I took pictures of the house and gave each room. And churches just came in, and programs and people just came in and started taking one section of the house, putting in new windows, doing the whole thing. And before we knew it, we had Simon House. And that was a Simon House. Mary Ortwine was the director of her program. And she said, let's name it Simon House. It stands for Serving Infants, Mothers, Ongoing Needs. Well, I'm originally from Frankfort. In '63, I went to California. And I was out there with my mother, and I continuously had a dream. I was a religious person. I continuously had a dream of this house where I'd walk up steps, knock on the door, and it would be an open window and a baby sitting in the middle of the floor. And I'll walk up and a few more stairs, and there'd be a door. I'd knock on it and open it up, and it'd be a girl holding a baby. And I continuously had this dream over and over all the whole 20 years that I was there. And I even had that dream when I was here. And I thought it was because I had so many children. I didn't know why I continuously dreamed that dream over and over, but I feel like God had me to do this. And I think I was put in stressful situations in order to keep myself busy to do this. And I had to learn what it felt like not to have anything. And I think I was put in those situations in order to learn how people feel and what they need. And to be honest with you, I was about the only one that could actually communicate with the street people and know what they were doing. There was a lot of heartwarming stories in there. Don't give up your dream. Don't give up your dream. If you got something you think that'll work, try. And like me, I had not a penny to work on. I had nothing. But if you pray about it, and if you really think about it, and you're really true to heart, and it's meant for you to be, I believe God puts people together for a reason. And I think you can find a source to help you, as I did. AAA Pregnancy Center, I never heard of it before. And that was just the opening and the beginning of of something that I didn't know I was going to be a part of. But if you've got a dream and you're going to make it happen, you can make it happen.
In 1985, a young woman who was pregnant and had no place to live contacted the pregnancy hotline here in Frankfort, asking for help. A Vista worker tried to find a place she could live anywhere in Kentucky, but nothing was available. With help from several others in the community, a house in the Holmes Street area of Frankfort was located and fixed up for this woman. It was large enough to provide lodging for 3 more women in similar situations. Thus, Simon House was started and has been operating ever since. In 1987, Simon House was incorporated and received tax exemption status from the IRS, meaning that it became a 501c3. In late 1987, the organization purchased the property at 208 West Campbell Street, which is shown in this photo. The house is now more than 100 years old and has been used since 1987 to house homeless women who are pregnant or already have children. Within this structure, there are 7 units for women and their children to live. Each mother shares a bedroom with their children. There are private baths and kitchens in 3 units, and in the other units, 2 families each share a bathroom and kitchen. During 2020, Simon House served 18 families in its shelter for women and children, and there was a total of 18 mothers with 31 children. The goals for families receiving shelter at Simon House are to help them find and move into permanent housing in the community as quickly as possible. Once families move into community housing, Simon House case managers are available to provide support to them as they become stable in their community. Case managers help clients connect with community resources and support that help them live successfully in their own apartments or housing. This includes helping mothers find employment or qualify for other types of financial support. The primary objective of Simon House Shelter for Women and Children is to make a family's time in homelessness as brief and rare as possible, thus alleviating some of the trauma associated with homelessness. Simon House case managers must gather information from each potential client and family and ensure those with the greatest need receive services. This includes client families' annual income must be below 30% of the median income for Franklin County. For a mother and one child, that means their maximum annual income must be less than $17,420. Client families also must be literally homeless by HUD's definition, meaning that they are living in a place not ordinarily used as housing, such as car, vacant building, or outdoors, living in another homeless shelter or being discharged from an institution, such as a hospital or jail, facing immediate risk of eviction from their present living situations, or escaping domestic violence. While living at Simon House, case managers provide many opportunities for both women and children. Services are tailored to each person's need, but mothers often receive help with finding employment, financial management and planning, finding permanent housing, obtaining essential items including food, clothing, household items, cleaning supplies, and personal hygiene products, referrals for health, mental health, or substance abuse treatment services. Children benefit from being at Simon House because they attend school or daycare regularly, if they're old enough, have a stable place to live for as long as they need, receive essential items including food, clothing, toys, and school supplies, have the opportunity to live with their mother and siblings as a family unit, and they get to be a kid instead of worrying where they're going to lay their head next. One of our clients has been generous enough to share her story with you and talk about how Simon House has helped her.
I have received a lot of help. I received, when I wasn't staying in the Simon House, I received help with things for my kids as far as in like hygienes, cleaning supplies, food boxes. There were even items like furniture items for the house, my kids. I received a lot. Staying there, I received help with transportation, help with basically everything. Just mentally, physically, and emotionally, they help in each and every way. The circumstances of me needing the Simon House assistance is me having my house condemned, basically losing my job because of the pandemic, and not having a stable income. So they're basically to be my backup. Being down and depressed, having someone to talk to, with them letting you know every day that everything's gonna be okay, and having someone who has your back and that things are gonna get better, it helps me focus more. So just having a conversation that just because you're in a situation with kids, everybody's there for you. We all got your back. Like, we all stick. It's like having a family member. My goals for being at the Simon House is to basically achieve having a stable place, a stable job, and just stability for my family. Oh, the staff at the Simon House, they're very amazing. They feel like family. When you're down, they keep my head up. So I'm, with them is like having a family that you didn't know. So they're very helpful. They're there regardless of what situation is. It could be a personal issue within yourself. They're there to talk. They're there to listen, and they bring more pride to me. So I feel like the impact on the Simon House has brought my kids to be more outspoken, not afraid, and more of a family. What I mean by that is like they're not afraid to interact with others. They were very shy, so they're more open now. I would like people to know about the Simon House, that it's not just being in the shelter. They make you feel like it's your own. They want you to feel comfortable. They want you to be yourself and just learn from what's going on and to just stand tall and be better at what you're doing. I would tell people from the help I received at the Simon House is to not be afraid to ask for help. To always have that pride to ask. They're there for a reason, and they don't mind. So just, if you need the help, just ask and just know that they're going to be there.
So what's our call to action to you? We need your help in continuing to turn despair into opportunity and hope for the homeless women and children at Simon House. Please consider making an online donation during this program or later during the online auction tonight. Go to fundraiser.bid/SimonHouse2021. You will find a donation button where you can give a predetermined amount or any other amount that you choose. You can also mail a check to Simon House after tonight's program to P.O. Box 5174, Frankfort, Kentucky 40602. Your donations will help with shelter costs such as supplies for clients, utilities and food, transportation for clients and business purposes, facilities and equipment maintenance, staff salaries, and office expenses. And again, thank you.
Nibbling on sponge cakes, watching the sun bake all of those tourists covered in oil, strumming my 6 strings on my front porch swing, smelling the shrimp, they're beginning to boil, wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my last jigger of salt. Oh, some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Yes, and some people do claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault.
I've been listening to Grandpa Jones ever since I was a little kid and watching it on Hee Haw on television. And I've always liked his music. But way before Hee Haw, he played on the radio, some of the very earliest radio performances. And I'm going to do one of his tunes now called 8 More Miles to Louisville. Travel all this country round seeking fortune fair. Up and down the both coastlines, I've traveled everywhere. From Portland to East Portland, west to back along the line. I'm on the way this very day to that old hometown of mine. 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles and this old road will never more be blue. I said one day that I'd come back, I said it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. I know you got a gal somewhere that you like best of all. Mine lives down in Louisville, she's long and she is tall. She's the kind you can't find her rambling through the land. I'm on my way this very day to win her heart and hand. 8 more miles in Louisville would come into my view. 8 more miles and this old road will never more be blue. I said one day I'd come back, I said it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Can picture in my mind the place that we'll call home. One humble little cot for two we'll never want to roam. The place that's right for that love size here in them bluegrass hills, where gently flows the Ohio by a place called Louisville. 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles and this old road will never more be blue. I said one day that I'd come back, but it found the star. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart.
Hello, my name is Victor Northern, and I recently joined the Simon House as their Vice President for Advancement. First and foremost, I want to thank all of our sponsors and auction item donors. We could not have this event without you all, so thank you. I would also like to thank everyone participating in the silent auction and everyone who has worked hard to make it possible. The Simon House has a long tradition of helping people at their most difficult times. Historically, the Simon House has provided shelter for homeless women and children, but recently, the Simon House has taken on a larger role in supporting women, children, and men. But the Simon House is so much more than a homeless shelter. We provide life-altering support for our clients in order to help them become productive members of society. Ultimately, the Simon House has a goal to help eliminate homelessness in Kentucky. This is undoubtedly a formidable task, and we need your help. Since joining the team at the Simon House, I have witnessed truly inspiring efforts from volunteers, staff, and the board of directors. A group that works tirelessly to help others. The positive impact that the Simon House has on our community is truly incredible. My goal is to develop meaningful relationships with our donors and potential donors in order to strengthen our ability to support our clients, which in turn makes Kentucky a better place. If you'd like to learn more about supporting the Simon House, please email me at vnorthern@simonhouseky.org or call 502-223-2138. You can also visit our website at simonhouseky.org and go to our donation page. Again, from everyone at the Simon House, thank you for all of your support. I'm looking forward to meeting many of you. Have a wonderful night and bid high. Thank you.
We have over 100 amazing auction items on our site. Victor, can you tell us about the football items for our lovers out there?
Yeah, we have some really cool items, Rachel. We have an autographed football from Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Tyler Boyd. We also have an autographed photo from Mark Stoops, UK head football coach. We also have a UK tailgate package that includes an electric grill, a cooler, and more. And Rachel, I heard you enjoy visiting Gatlinburg.
I do. I love to take my family there. And if you love to take your family there, you should bid on the escape room in Pigeon Forge, the top jump trampoline and mini golf, and end the day with the Paula Deen Lumberjack Feud Show. And in fact, that could be a whole vacation if you wanted it to be. Also a great Christmas gift.
And all of our auction items are great Christmas gifts. So go on and bid. And remember to bid high.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Will McKee. I've been around Frankfurt a long time as a general surgeon, retired from Capital Surgical Clinic and the Wound Care Center, and I'm here to talk about Simon House. I was first introduced to Simon House at a mystery theater dinner at the Episcopal Church. I had a wonderful time, and because I'm a physician, they got me to be the doctor who pronounced the victim DRT, dead right there. And I have been donating to Simon House ever since, and I've just been amazed at the services that they provide. They have shelters, as you know, for abused women and children, and now they've branched out into shelters for men and women, and just a bunch of things that they do that I can't remember them all, and you need to get on their website and learn about them. They have these fundraisers, especially the Murder Mystery Theater, which we hope to get back to after the pandemic has ceased, and the Margaritaville. The Margaritaville festival has been a wonderful, fun thing. We've been able to hold it in person until the pandemic came along. We hope to try to get it in person again after the pandemic leaves us, whenever that is. I thought about this a lot. I know all of you get a lot of, we call them begging letters, from nationwide societies, and I get new ones every year from groups I've never heard of, doing things I'm not sure I understand. And they all say this is a Franklin County or a Woodford County push that we're doing for fundraising. And then you look at the envelope that they send with these begging letters, and they want you to send the money to Nebraska or Oregon or Texas or Virginia or anywhere other than Kentucky. Now, if you donate to Simon House, and I hope you will, the money stays right here. The address is Frankfort, Kentucky. And it's a wonderful thing that has helped a lot of people, and they're expanding to help more and more people every day, it seems. So for Simon House, I hope you'll become a member of our community with a group that helps the overall community of Franklin County and surrounding counties.
Another program that Simon House offers is our community service program that is located at our 231 East Main Street building. This program also helps turn despair into opportunity and hope for members of our community. Although Simon House has always helped community members, the Community Services Program began more formally a provision of services in 2010 and has continued through today. The purpose of the program is to help extremely low-income families and individuals in our community who presently have housing but could be at risk for becoming homeless because of their economic situation. So what we want to do is we want to help provide them with things that they need so that the money that they're earning through work or disability can go towards paying their bills. During 2020, Simon House assisted 676 individual clients from 293 households through its Community Services Program. The Community Services Program provides essential items, case management, and referrals to extremely low-income community members who are experiencing economic adversities. Essential items may include things like food, clothing, baby diapers, formula, or other baby items, cleaning supplies, personal hygiene products, furniture, or any other donations that we will have to offer them. Most of the items given to community clients are donated to Simon House, so many community support for this program is essential. Simon House also works with the local food bank to provide food boxes for clients twice a week. This way that our clients can feel less food insecure while they're receiving services from us. In the meantime, we can also provide emergency food if it is between those times that a food box is ordered. Case managers are available to help community clients with solving issues and finding resources that they need. This may include finding a counselor or therapist, finding a doctor's office for them or their kids, helping with mainstream benefits such as Medicaid or food stamps or child care assistance, or any other essential needs like that. The goal of the Community Services Program is to help our extremely low-income clients that are experiencing economic hardships obtain essential items and services to prevent them from losing their housing and becoming homeless. Simon House staff gather information from each potential community client and ensure those with the greatest need receive services. The eligibility for this is client families' annual income must be below 30% of the area median income for Franklin County or the surrounding county that they are in. For a 4-person family, their maximum annual income must be less than $26,500. Our community service programs provides the essential items that we've talked about previously and our case management and resource referrals. This may include helping with solving current problems, developing coping skills for meeting the challenges that they face, referrals for health, mental health, and substance abuse treatments, referrals for benefits such as food stamps and supplemental income, help in obtaining documents needed to apply for various programs such as their birth certificate, social security card, or ID, and help with finding employment and developing job skills. Now hear a story from one of our clients who has been generous enough to share his or her story with you and talk about how Simon House has helped them overcome their adversity while being helped through our community service program.
I found out about Simon House Community Resources through a participant in the program. I was down at the river playing some music with my wife, and I ran into somebody that was going through a similar situation that I was at the time, so they passed y'all number along to me. When I first requested help from the Simon House, I was living with a family member that was getting out of control, to say the least. I also was staying in an apartment complex that was getting very bad, to say the least. So when this number came across me, it really was a game changer for us because I was able to get my kids out of that environment into somewhere, to give them hope for something better that's to come. The Simon House community side helped me with obtaining information that I was having a hard time getting myself, like Social Security cards and birth certificates for me and my 6 kids. They also helped me with a hotel voucher when I didn't have a place to stay. The goals that I've worked with Simon House to try to attain is good employment. Like I said, they helped me with different paperwork that I was having the most hardest time ever with COVID. It was like impossible for me to get. They was able to open doors that I wasn't able to open myself. And also, we've been working on this being a stronger family unit. The Simon House bettered my situation by getting me out of the environment that I was in. It was very toxic. There was a lot of drugs and deaths all around me. And in the household, like I said, I was staying with a family member, and he was getting out of control also. So that was putting a strain on me and my wife and the kids, because some days I didn't sleep. So I was up watching and making sure that everybody was protected. It made it hard for me to even go look for employment because I didn't want to leave the side of my family. I would like to tell others that the Simon House, it's a great place. You know, they don't look down on you. Everybody is genuinely love their job, and you can tell that they love what they're doing because I've seen them come out after dark, after hours, and they always, every time I see them, they have a smile on their face, and they're always trying to uplift you and give you some type of encouraging words. All I can say is if anybody wants to Simon House, if you ever need some help, they're there for you. You know, from diapers all the way up to probably help you get a place to stay if you don't have nowhere to go. I've seen them help all type of people, and it's just all good. Everybody is just, it's unbelievable how nice these people are over there, but they are a good group of people. If I wouldn't have ran across that number at the park that day, I truly believe that I wouldn't be in Kentucky right now because we was at our wits' ends. I didn't know if we needed to leave, get away, because I was having a hard time. Everything was just going wrong. So by me running into that number and reaching out to Simon House is giving me hope. I'm in the process of getting it home, getting on the voucher or whatever. So it gave us a little hope. You know, I didn't know what we was gonna do, but we was on leave. Just didn't know I didn't even know which way I was gonna go, but we just knew we had to get away from where we was at. The impact it's having on the kids now, a lot of them didn't want to leave. You know, I have 6 children in the home, and they friends, school. I have one that's graduating this year. And she really didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay and walk across the stage with her classmates. So, and that had me torn the most because I didn't want to deprive her of that opportunity to walk across the stage with her friends or whatever. So that helped, and it made her happy. She's working, she's got her first job, so that she's encouraged, she's pushing very hard. So for now, I see that it's helping her. The younger ones, everybody wants to stay. So that made me not have to take them away from a place they really wanted to be.
So what's next? Again, what do you want to do to help? We need your help in continuing to turn despair into opportunity and hope for the low-income families and individuals in our community. Please consider making an online donation during this program or later during the online auction tonight. Go to fundraiser.bid/SimonHouse2021. You will find a donation button where you can give a predetermined amount or any other amount you choose. You may also mail a check to Simon House after tonight's program at P.O. Box 5174, Frankfort, Kentucky 40602. Your donations will help with essential items community clients need, including food, cleaning supplies, diapers, and other baby needs, personal hygiene products, and school supplies. Salaries of case managers to help community clients with their referrals and other needs. We need you, and thank you.
Stop! In the name of love, before you break my heart. Baby, I'm aware where you go each time you leave my door. I watch you walk down the street, knowing that your other love you'll meet. But this time before you run to her, leave me alone and hurt after I've been good to you, after I've been sweet to you. Stop! In the name of love, before you break my heart, in the name of love, stop, before you break my heart. I think it's over. I think it's over. I've known your secluded nights. I've even seen her maybe once, twice. But is her sweet expressions worth more than my love and affections? Losing you forever breaks my heart. Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. I think it's over. It's over.
When I was a kid, I used to visit my family up in the mountains, and up there, seems like a first cousin's no different than a third or fourth cousin. And when I was a kid, I got all confused about exactly who was kin to who and how. And so that's one reason I tried to learn this song, which is called I Am My Own Grandpa. Many years ago when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as can be. That widow had a grown-up daughter, had some hair of red. My daddy fell in love with her and soon the two were wed. That made my dad my son-in-law and changed my very life. My daughter was my mother 'cause she was my father's wife. Complicate the matter even though it brought me joy. I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. That little baby then became the brother-in-law to Dad. So he was my uncle and it made me very sad. 'Cause if he was my uncle, he was also the brother of the widow's grown-up daughter who, of course, was my stepmother. I'm my own grandpa. son that kept him on the run. And he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife was now my mother's mother, and made me blue, 'cause although she was my wife, she was my grandmother too. For I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it's funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa. If she is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild. Every time I think of it, it nearly drives me wild. Now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Oh, it's funny, I know, but it really is so. I'm my own grandpa.
My position at the Simon House is case manager, and my role is to help clients break down barriers in order to be able to be rehoused. The Simon House's mission is to serve low-income families and help those who are in poverty. The Simon House also acts as a low-barrier shelter for those clients who are homeless. I think some of the misconceptions that people have about the Simon House is that we only serve women with children or families. The Simon House is an agency with 3 programs. Those programs consist of prevention, which prevents homelessness, our community side, which helps the community, and our shelter side, which helps women with children. On the shelter side, we help close to 60 families each year. But on our community side, we help close to 200 families each year. From a client point of view, when they first get there, they believe that they have 90 days and they have to get out, which is not the truth. We work together to help them build the confidence to be able to go back on their own and be able to provide for their families. And that sometimes takes more than 90 days, which is perfectly fine. My favorite part about my job is seeing success stories of clients. When they first get there, it may not seem like success is achievable, but it most definitely is, and we have seen that over the years. Some of the most rewarding aspects of my job are being able to see consistency for children and being able to see families get back on their feet. The Simon House is important to the community because it helps break down barriers. Whether it's something as small as helping them with hygiene products to something as big as helping them enter treatment facilities for any issues that they may be going through. Community support is super important to the Simon House. We rely on community support for donations for food, for clothing, for hygiene, for cleaning supplies. Without community support, we would not be able to do it. Thank you all.
Nelson Mandela once said, "It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it." And that's what we are doing with our newest program at Simon House. It's a new emergency shelter for homeless adults. This program will also serve as a warming and cooling center during periods of extreme weather for those who have no other place to get relief. In 2020, when things were shut down for COVID, Simon House worked with other agencies to open a temporary homeless shelter in the Frankfort High School gymnasium. With this shelter and with the help of emergency management, the Franklin County Women and Family Shelter, and the Men's Shelter, 81 adults were served with a total of 1,029 nights of shelter, and this was between April 2020 and June of 2020. At this rate, it made it very evident that the homeless problem was more prevalent than even we had recognized as a homeless agency. The CARES Coalition, apprised of our agency and other partners, worked with the City of Frankfort to find a building suitable for use as an emergency shelter. Simon House took the lead on this project as it seemed natural since we were familiar with our clients and their need for housing and case management. With the City of Frankfort and Franklin County's help, we came to an agreement for a lease purchase agreement in November 2020 for our 231 East Main Street building. We moved our community services in there immediately. The CARES Coalition continues to develop and seek solutions for the unsheltered population. Many heads are better than one because of the many aspects that lead to one's homeless situation. Today, our temporary shelter is open at the Days Inn Motel, and we are already at an overcapacity. We hope that once our Main Street shelter opens in November, that we will be able to transition what folks that are not housed by then over to the new shelter and continue to help people in both places. Goals for helping our homeless adults are going to be very similar, if not the same, as what is already happening with our women and children at the original Simon House facility. Helping clients find permanent housing and not return to homelessness will be our ultimate and primary goal. As with the women's shelter, case managers will help obtain needed documents such as birth certificates, identification cards, or social security cards that are needed for housing, attain other Main Street benefits such as food stamps, supplemental income, and Medicaid, or gain access to their disability awards letter, apply for jobs if they're unemployed, and or start the disability process if that is something that they qualify for. While at the Simon House, our clients can attain housing vouchers such as a permanent supportive voucher, a rapid rehousing voucher, a mainstream voucher, or the newest voucher that will be available is the emergency shelter voucher. With these vouchers, our clients will be able to have their rent paid if they are eligible to, or they will be able to have temporary rental assistance while they attain a job and get back on their feet. Case managers will work with the Homeless Management Information System software to gain information and do assessments to see what housing voucher will best fit their clients' needs. As with any shelter, the primary objective for this shelter is to have clients spend as little time in homelessness as possible and minimize the trauma of homelessness that they experience. We do not want to add to the trauma that they have probably already experienced in their life. We want to help them. When our clients come into the shelter, we do something called a diversion form. And this form concludes that this is the last place that this client will come before they are sleeping somewhere not meant for habitation, or that they are already sleeping somewhere not meant for habitation. We serve clients with the most need, meaning that they are below 30% the area median income for Franklin County, which is $15,150 for an individual adult, and they are meeting some kind of category of homelessness through either living in a place not ordinarily used as housing, living in another shelter, or exiting an institution, at risk of eviction, or fleeing a domestic violence situation. While we are not a domestic violence shelter with a safe house, we do help our clients who have often experienced domestic violence in some form throughout their life. The new Simon House shelter will also serve as a warming and cooling center in extreme weather conditions for those who have no other source of relief from the heat or cold. For example, someone might have a place to live that does not have air conditioning, so they could come to the Simon House during periods of extreme heat to have a safe and comfortable place to stay, get something to eat, charge their phone, etc. One of our clients has been generous enough to share their story with you and talk about how Simon House has helped them move beyond homelessness.
Well, I found out about Simon House. I met a guy, I was down by the river, and he was a homeless guy, down on his luck. And, we sat there and we were just talking. And I told him I'd been staying in a hotel for a few days. And he told me about Simon House, how they may be able to help me out. So I got the number, gave him a call, and I was introduced to a whole lot of a group of individuals, which was my new family. They helped me, got me a place. I was off the street and I had a place to go and people to talk to and interact with. I've been able to better my situation with the good help I've gotten from my counselors, and also just being inspired by seeing all the help that they give out to other people. I mean, kids, babies, people without anything. Get them off the street and give them at least a chance to get everything together. Simon House is the best place I've ever been involved with getting my life back on track. They've done everything that they promised and more. I think they do great things. They take steps to keep families together. They also give learning tools to people who need the conversation of what's this and what's that, because we all need it. As much as the world turns, we always need a helping hand. If we don't help each other, we don't have anyone. They have a great community of people that work with them, and they have a source of inspiration because they give and don't take, and they keep families together. They make sure that they stay to the roots, that they tell you something, they're doing it, and they've never done anything but done completely right by me. I was in a situation where, they basically saved my marriage because of just a lot of the different things that they offer. They don't just offer food and housing; they also offer, like support, and they offer counseling. They can help you with all those things if you got stuff going on in your life, because it's not always just a physical. It can be a mental problem with you, and without the help set there for you, then you get lost, and next thing you know, then you're something that you're not. I would say donating to Simon House is donating to yourself, because seriously, all of that is just going to come back from the earth. You need happy people in the world to make this work. So having kids being able to have food and not wondering what's going on, that's going to help with their emotional development in the future. So having them emotionally developed at a young age is what we need as a community, as a society, all those things.
Action changes things. So what can you do to help us? We need your help in turning despair into opportunity and hope for the homeless adults served by Simon House. Please consider making an online donation during this program or later during the online auction tonight. Go to fundraiser.bid/SimonHouse2021 and you'll find a donation button where you can give a predetermined amount or any other amount of your choosing. You may also mail a check to Simon House after tonight's program to Simon House at P.O. Box 5174, Frankfort, Kentucky 40602. Your donations will help with shelter costs such as supplies for clients, utilities and food, transportation for clients and business purposes, facilities and equipment maintenance, staff salaries, and office expenses. And we thank you.
Please let me visit with you for another minute. The silent auction does not close until about 2 hours from now. Please visit it, revisit it, and then visit it again. As you've heard throughout the evening, there are some marvelous, marvelous auction items out there. Incredible stuff and some great Christmas gifts. So please continue for the next 2 hours to visit the silent auction site. I'll be back after a bit.
Again, and in the next few minutes, we're going to share with you some of the ways that Simon House operates and how much we depend on you to get that job done. Simon House has operated continuously since 1985, providing shelter for homeless women who are pregnant or have children. Today, in 2021, we've expanded our programs to include assisting extremely low-income community residents who have housing but might become homeless without some help with essential items and other needs. We are also in the process of starting a brand new shelter for homeless adults. And with your help, Simon House will operate well into the future, responding to current and future client needs. Our ability to do that rests heavily upon our dedicated staff members and the support of many community members, including those of you who are with us this evening. To go a little further, Simon House serves three groups of clients: homeless women who are pregnant or have children. In 2020, we served 18 women with 31 children within the program. Thus far in 2021, we have sheltered 17 women and 25 children. We also have a waiting list or need to refer families to other agencies in the state because we do not have enough space for all who ask to come to Simon House. We do sometimes put them up in hotel rooms if we know that we will have availability soon in order to be able to serve the person as quickly as possible. Our second group is our extremely low-income and community members. In 2020, we served 676 community clients by providing essential items and case management when needed. Essential items include things like diapers, wipes, formula, cleaning supplies, hygiene, emergency food, and other needs or resources that a client may ask for. So far in 2021, we have provided essential items and case management to 378 extremely low-income community residents. And now, most recently, our third group is homeless adult women and men in our temporary shelter. Simon House is now the only shelter for homeless women in Franklin County, as the Franklin County Women and Family Shelter is filling a different but equally important need in the community. In 2020, Simon House opened a temporary shelter during COVID and served 81 homeless adult clients, providing 1,029 nights of shelter care between April 15th and June 15th. In 2021, with the temporary shelter located at the Days Inn, Simon House has served a total of 57 clients with 859 nights of shelter care. Conditions are such that we do not anticipate these needs dwindling in the near future. Simon House has a small but extremely dedicated staff consisting of our executive director, Rachel Foley, our case manager, Alexis Allen, 2 intake and shelter coordinators, Lindsay and Pam, and our administrative assistant, Tasha. We also have an open position right now for another case manager. If you're ever in the area, we invite you to come meet our staff members. This group is truly dedicated and amazing in what they do. We have such compassion for our clients, and we want them to have every available resources to make the right decision. We hope that you will one day come over here and just see what Simon House is truly about. As a social service agency, we have 5 interns from Eastern Kentucky University, Kentucky State University, and the University of Louisville. We have had interns from Campbellsville University and Midway University. With their help, they provide invaluable assistance to our clients at the Simon House, as well as that we do our best to send them with the training that they need to pursue their future careers. Simon House has an active board of directors working to keep the agency running smoothly. The board consists of 14 volunteer members who meet at least monthly to review financial matters, determine policies, and generally guide the progress of the agency. The third and most important element that keeps Simon House going is our supporters. Without you, none of this would be possible. Supporters provide things like financial backing, donations of much-needed items, volunteer services, and they provide positive representation of Simon House to others in the community. Again, without you, this would not be possible. Next, you probably wonder how we receive our financial support from Simon House. You, of course, and individual churches and businesses, grants from Kentucky foundations and local government sources, fundraisers like this one, and other local sources that constitute more than half of the support received. Because of this, local supporters are vital. The other grants Simon House receive, less than half of our budget, are mostly federal funding that is allocated through Kentucky Housing Corporation. Note that Simon House is not an automatic line item on any other organization's budget. All of our funding must be requested or raised on an annual basis. Both donated items and volunteer services are also vital elements in Simon House's operations. In 2020, more than 3,400 hours of volunteer time were donated, amounting to more than $70,000 worth of services. In 2020, we received over 250 in-kind donations of different sorts: clothing, furniture, hygiene, cleaning, anything that you can think of was probably donated to us in 2020. During COVID, it was a time for cleaning, and we are very thankful to receive the wonderful in-kind donations that we did. Both volunteer services and donated items are absolutely necessary in keeping Simon House functioning and helping our clients. This slide shows a sampling of some of the volunteer services and some of the donation items needed on a regular basis. The final element that is so vital in sustaining Simon House is the role of all of our supporters in representing Simon House to the rest of the community. A positive word from you goes a long way in helping others learn about the essential role Simon House plays in our community. This slide displays just a few ideas of ways to be a community ambassador for Simon House. One of our volunteers has been generous enough to share her story about how she came to Simon House and what has kept her here.
I actually was at my job, had gotten hurt, and they requested that I come and work for the Simon House as a volunteer. It was absolutely amazing, but devastating, heartbreaking as well. But at that point, I just knew there was so much out there that needed to be done. And it takes a mountain, and we could have used tons and tons of volunteers. I mean, I still would love to do volunteer work anywhere and everywhere because I think it's important to our community. It's certainly important to me. I think what I learned in my short time as a volunteer at the Simon House was more than I had learned in my whole entire life being on this earth. I learned that there was so much devastation out there, so much homelessness, so many kind and caring people that I know that exist, but you don't know until you work in this kind of environment how kind, how caring, how tiresome these people are. They go to no end. There's no length they won't go to make sure the clients have exactly what they need. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. Everybody should try it at least once in their life. Be a volunteer. If you got a heart, be a volunteer because that's the best experience you're ever going to have in your life. My experiences with Simon House, y'all would not believe how much it will humble you. It will set you straight down and humble you. It will make you see that where you think you got it bad, you got it amazingly well considered to ways some of our people have it. But what I'm trying to say with volunteering, everybody should do this at least once, just to see how it is for the homeless out here. See what it means to them to have kind, caring people in their lives that want to help, want to do for them.
So now you're probably wondering how you can fit into this picture, what you can do to help Simon House. As the many ideas that we've given you, here are some others. We need your help in continuing to turn despair into opportunity and hope for the homeless and low-income clients served at Simon House. Please consider making an online donation during this program or later during the online auction tonight. Go to fundraiser.bid/SimonHouse2021 and you will find a donation button where you can give a predetermined amount or any other amount that you choose. You may also mail a check to Simon House after tonight's program at P.O. Box 5174, Frankfort, Kentucky 40602. We also challenge you to donate essential items, be a Simon House ambassador, and a volunteer. To start the volunteer process, go to Simon House's website at simonhouseky.org and click on the Volunteer tab. There you will find more information about volunteer services and an application to download so that you can become our next volunteer. And for that, we thank you.
tried to amend my carnivorous habits, but it's nearly 70 days losing weight without speed, eating sunflower seeds, drinking lots of carrot juice, and soaking up rays. But at night, I'd have these wonderful dreams, some kind of sensuous treat, not zucchini, fettuccine, or bugger wheat, but a big, warm bun with a big hunk of meat. Cheeseburger in paradise. Heaven on earth and an onion slice. Not too particular, not too precise. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise. Heard about an old-time sailormen. They eat the same thing again and again. Warm beer and bread, they say, could raise the dead. Well, it reminds me of the menu at the Holiday Inn. But times have changed for sailors these days. When I'm in port, I get what I need. Not just Havanas or bananas or daiquiris, but that all-American concoction which I feed. Cheeseburger in paradise, medium rare with mustard and would be nice. Heaven on earth and an onion slice. I'm just a cheeseburger in paradise.
Wow, what an incredible evening. I hope you've enjoyed your evening with us. Thank you so much for being here. We've had some insightful stories, perhaps some tears, some humor, and some music. Several years ago, an elementary school teacher was working with her class. She asked the students to draw a picture of their home, their house, where they lived. One student drew this, and I want to share it with you. I think you can see my clipboard. That's what was drawn. That is a picture of homelessness. There is no house. There is no home. All of us tonight will go home or are at home, and we'll have a bed to sleep in. We had a meal to eat for dinner. Picture of homelessness. These homeless folks don't have that. Patrick, one of our presenters, said something that has stayed with me all week since we recorded earlier this week. And he said this: when you give to Simon House, you give to yourself. Let me say that again. When you give to Simon House, you give to yourself. When I worked with several programs at Kentucky State University several years ago, we often closed a session with a chant. I'd like us to do this together this evening to close our program, to close our time together. It's really a very simple chant. I'm going to spell 2 words, good job, and then say it. I'll demonstrate. G-O-O-D-J-O-B, good job. G-O-O-D-J-O-B, good job. Now let me say it 3 times, and then you shout it out 3 times. Let's have all of Frankfurt hear this. This is acknowledging the folks who help the homeless who have stepped up to help us this evening, and all of those who have made this evening possible. So here we go. Yell it out with me. I'm going to do it 3 times. G-O-O-D-J-O-B, G-O-O-D-J-O-B, G-O-O-D-J-O-B. It's your turn. G-O-O-D-J-O-B, G-O-O-D-J-O-B, G-O-O-D-J-O-B. Thank you. This is our thanks to each other for what we do to help our community. Thank you so much for sharing part of your evening with us. Have a fantastic weekend.
When Grandpa died in 1996, they had a funeral for him at the Opryland down in Nashville, and Ricky Skaggs sang this song at the funeral that Grandpa had written way back in the 1930s. So I'm going to try to do it for you. Fallen leaves that lie scattered on the ground, birds and flowers that are here now can't be found. All my friends that I once had are not around. They lie scattered like the leaves upon the ground. Some folks drift along and never know the thrill, that the feeling that a good deed brings until it's too late and they are ready to lie down there beneath the leaves that scatter on the ground. To your grave there's no use taking any gold. You can't spend it when it's time for hands to fold. When you leave this world for a better home someday, the only thing you take is what you gave away. Falling leaves that lie scattered on the ground, birds and flowers that were here now can't be found. All my friends that I once had are not around. They lie scattered like the leaves upon the ground. Lord, let my eyes see every need for every man. Let me always stop and lend a helping hand. And when I'm laid beneath that little grassy mound, there'll be more leaf friends around than leaves upon the ground. Falling leaves that lie scattered on the ground, birds and flowers that were here now can't be found. All my friends that I once had are not around. They lie scattered like the leaves upon the ground.